Hey, what's this? Oh boy. One moment. Some technical difficulties here with TikTok. Oh boy. You know what? TikTok, you're freaking me out here. All right. TikTok. We're stopping this. I can't do it. Wow. Hey guys. So I've got a new phone, and it's decided to. Let's blank this out for a second. Bear with me one moment. We're going to be making some comics here in a second. I'm going to try to re-plug this in. It thinks it wants to connect to headphones, and it's putting up a... All right, I think maybe we're in now. Great. Wow. All right. That's the beauty of live streams. Working with new devices. I got a new phone here. This is the VeeFriends Making Comic stream. Good morning. How are we? Are we live over here? Okay, great. Technical difficulties this morning. Good morning, AJ, Today in Space, Helmet, Alana, what's going on? See everybody's names over there. I'm gonna get my chats up and working. I didn't have to ditch the. I did not have to ditch the TikTok stream, which is nice. Okay, good. I thought it was TikTok, but it was just the phone. Good morning, everybody. Good morning on Instagram. This is the VeeFriends Making Comics. I'm drawing live this week. Last week I got the date wrong. It was the 30th today. Today is 8 a.m. on the 30th. Tomorrow we'll do Comics Jam on Whatnot. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Corso and I are on Whatnot doing Comics Jam. I hope you're all doing well this morning. If you don't know what VeeFriends is over 280 characters on a mission to make positivity louder out in the world. We really need that now. Kind of find the middle, some common ground. Make soft skills cool. Gratitude, kindness, and patience. Created by the man himself, Gary Vaynerchuk. You might know him on the internet as Gary V. Hence the name in VeeFriends. VeeFriends Cartoons is out now. We've got like 7 or 8 episodes. It's trucking along. Every Saturday morning there's a new cartoon. Great for kids. They always say kids under 10, but I think adults are digging it too. So, you know. We've got the VeeFriends trading card game. We just announced the new Topps Chrome set, which is pretty awesome. And we've got these minis, which I'm going to go ahead and just kick off with a mini here. Let's see if I can... I switched my screen around and I was upside down this morning too. So I don't know what's going on. All right, let's just crack this open. Actually, you know what? I'm always cracking open season 2 mini. Always looking for a detailed Gary B. So this is the warm up. These are the VeeFriends minis. They're little pencil toppers. This one looks dark inside. Let's see who's in it. Nope. It's a Gary B, but it's a bubblegum Gary B. It looks a little, you know, if I'm going to review this one, I'm going to say he's a little, his eyes are a little weird. But that's okay. He's unique. So yeah, I'm DJ Kaufman. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Matt, Helmet. Cheers. Got my coffee. Warm-up character, Charming Cheetah. I think I've done Charming Cheetah before, actually, on the warm-up. So let's set my timers. That's good. Set an alarm for 9:30 a.m. I've got some other meetings to attend to. Let's go into a for the warm-up today. I was working on this guy. Hustling Hamster. So we're just going to go ahead and ink him up during this warm-up, get my hand ready, and then we'll work on some comics. I'll talk about that. The comic is going to be later today because I deleted my ink layer. I can't explain how it happened. I can't explain how it happens. I'm not going to do it because I'll do it again. I have to re-ink it, and that's unfortunate. It happens sometimes. It's a little technical problem if I'm maybe moving too fast, or basically just moving too fast and then blinking out of the program and coming back and trying to undo. So if you can totally undo when you're in Procreate. That's what I'm using here to draw. But if you leave the program and come back and try to undo, the undo history is gone. So you got to be very mindful. Can't be moving 1,000 miles a minute. And that's what happened to me. And it's a lesson to be learned. This is Hustling Hamster. Brofit, what's up? Good morning, Orion. By the way, guys, everybody that did the thing yesterday, or Monday, if you know what I mean, there is a wheel to spin. This is a wheel of stuff to spin for one of these bad boys. This is the UV light sticker, limited edition sticker from New York Comic Con. Let's see. Oh, Craig got his shirt that you want on the stream. Great. Maybe you'll win today too, because you're on this list. I see. You can win a shirt today and this. So this is for the people that did the thing. If you want to win something today, you got to pay attention to the stream. I'm only on live here till 9:30. I'll figure it out as we go. But I'm going to spin this in a second, a little bit. I put Corso's name on there too because he did the thing. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, well, you got to pay attention. That's we reward the people that, hang out, watch the streams, check in. I'll check your comments here over on Instagram. Good morning, Dr. Animations. What's going on? How are you? Hope everybody's having a pleasant day. Take people's money by scamming them. I don't think anybody's doing that around these parts. This is a comic strip, so we don't do that here. It's fine. Don't talk trash on my friends. I won't tolerate it. So this is the VeeFriends. As a matter of fact, I'll talk about it in a second, but I've had it's a weird season right now. So I've got these 3 VeeFriends lined up: Be the Bigger Person, Willful Wizard, and Heart Trooper. Because I feel like we're in this season right now, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get political or anything like that, but everybody's stirred up and everybody's very emotional about things, whether it's politics or just issues in general, and people are very divided, and we don't like that. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of old friends saying, like, if you like this or that, I'm done with you, mister. I hate that. I hate that people feel that way. I think people can have differing opinions about things, and people ask me all the time, just because I'm sort of a public person now, I guess. Like, what are your stances on this? And I'm like, here's my stance. I'm a cartoonist. I draw this cartoon, and I hope that you don't get stirred up by things. That's my take. Please don't listen to a cartoonist's point of view. Although cartooning is a very powerful medium, storytelling, I would rather everybody be peaceful, and I'm not going to change anybody's mind here. So, but the reason I put this up today was a reminder for myself that, not related to that, there was some comments made on Facebook. I open up Facebook and that's all I see is not all I see. I see a lot of positive stuff. I've really trained my algorithm to be very positive stuff. But I've got a couple old colleagues in comics that are kind of bitter about things in the situation in comics in general, and like there's some passive comments about selling out and working for a different IP and things like that. And I wanted to like jump in there and like defend, not myself, but like, hey, I'm working on someone else's IP, but I am really enjoying it. And it is really a dream job. And it is a lot of work, but I don't think it's hard. It's not hard work for me. I love it. I love doing it. And so being the bigger person and kind of just seeing like, I'm not going to fight with people that are making comments like either directed at me or my friends and colleagues in comics. I think I'm kind of having that. I don't even want to like send love. I don't even want to like get involved in the tussle that's going on in the comics world. I think it's not healthy to dwell on negative stuff, but I understand where the person might be coming from, and I don't even want to judge. I don't even want to judge that person where they might be coming from, because I don't really know. I can only guess. I can only guess that they're, they haven't had the same opportunities. And it's not about like, well, they didn't work hard enough. It's just that life didn't go their way just yet, right? And that's my point, is like just yet. So yeah, I put these VeeFriends up here as a reminder to myself, especially in these days that we're living in, these times that we're living in. Sometimes it's good to just be the bigger person and don't get involved in the tussles, and also kind of have a little empathy that's built into that. I think try to understand where people are coming from, maybe quietly. You don't need to have an opinion on everything. That's very stoic. That's a very stoic thing. Good morning, Rocky. What's up? Hope you're doing well, my friend. So that's just me rambling here during the warm-up. Let me see your quotes. So yeah, I use VeeFriends even working here as a reminder to myself to focus on the good things. You might think that the whole world's out to get you or whatever, but you got to ignore like Franco said over there, you got to ignore the trolls, you got to ignore the negativity out of your life. It's hard to do that, especially, it's easy, the social media is easy, you just go unfollow or take a break, but real life's a little harder when you have friends and family that are kind of divided on issues or disagreeing, and I wasn't even talking about politics. I was talking about stuff that was going on in the comic book industry. I mean, you wouldn't believe. There's always drama in every industry, and I don't like it. I'm a very no drama type of person. I shut it down. I used to go toe to toe. I used to fight it out online. I used to get involved, have these epic debates about comic things, which sounds ridiculous to most of you, I'm sure, but just like you would have a debate in the NFT world or collectibles world, like comics definitely had its own. Every industry has its own little, drama bubble, and I think that it's exciting to get in there and mix it up a little bit. Sometimes it feels that way, but then really it doesn't serve anything. It doesn't do you any good. You gotta rise above, be the bigger person, shut up. Actions matter more than, and your own personal happiness too, right? I don't know. I'm just rambling this morning. I'm in a rambling kind of mood. I should be quiet. But your actions matter. And that's why most of my actions these days are drawing and creating and not destroying things. I encourage my friends to draw and create things. A lot of entrepreneurs in this community. If you don't know the VeeFriends community, it's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of entrepreneur spirit, people starting their own business. This is Hustling Hamster here, by the way. And that's kind of that's kind of related back to the topic that I was kind of discussing, was that there was some kerfluffle about, it's hard work sometimes as a cartoonist, or in the comic book industry, you have long deadlines and whatnot. And it can be a grind, and it's not always healthy. Like, it's not healthy. I've had friends that have totally went way too far all in. And I've kind of learned from that as well. But I'm not here to judge other creators or publishers or anything like that. I think it's not healthy. And unfortunately, that's my algorithm, is comics, comic books. So I do get to see a lot of the, here's what's going on in the drama sphere, like, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. There you go. Beautiful lines. Thank you, Big C Tails. That's what my focus is like, how do I get better as a cartoonist too? I don't sit around thinking like, oh, I'm a pro, and here, let's forge Gary's name right now. Ready? That's this character has a signature. Some characters have signatures, and he's got the Gary on the toe there. So I think I did pretty good. I did it pretty good. Someone told me, they're like, you're getting really good at that. And I was like, well, it's just a squiggle to me. I would never, forge anyone's name. It's part of the design. Let's go. Yeah, this one inked up real fast. Pretty easy. He looks determined. I think hustle gets a bad, back to that topic in comics, there was people saying like, how dare that person say that you have to work hard for, you shouldn't have to sacrifice for your career. And the creator was saying pretty much like, no, actually you kind of do. Like, you kind of do a little bit when you're in that comics game, in that grind. You sacrifice a lot. You sacrifice friends and family, and it can be tough. You gotta have a balance, and that's what my other colleague was trying to explain. But everybody's so quick to, cancel each other out. It's just terrible. Shouldn't do that. We should all kind of learn to walk together. Cool. Over 100 messages already in the chats. Great talking to everybody. Thanks for, look at this, a lot of thank yous, or a lot of hellos back and forth. We got Matthew, Rocky, Eric. This is the VeeFriends live stream, by the way. Someone asked. Sometimes I'll see the messages that are like, what is this? Mark Rage on TikTok said, anything is sacrifice. There's a good quote that said, like, if you're not willing to, I don't know, I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to butcher it. But if you don't sacrifice for the things you want become the sacrifice. I think that's it. Something like that. Some wise thing, Hope everybody has a great day today. What is it? Wednesday? Okay. It's flying by. I still have 45 seconds on this warm-up, so I'm just going to try my best to throw some reference in, reference layer in, throw some colors on here, do this body. Whoop. Nice. Just the flats is what we call it. We'll get into some coloring later on, maybe. All right, that's my timer for switching gears here. Keeping it tight. I'm going to do that drawing, the prize drawing for people that were paying attention, and then maybe we'll do something a little bit different today, since there's not a comic fresh to look at this morning. Again, I butchered the comic. I'll explain that as I'm working on the comic. deleted some of my layers accidentally, and I woke up early this morning to format it, and I was like, oh no, what did I do? That's foolish. Yeah, but a lesson to be learned. Okay, let's just throw these flats in here and we'll get to what else we're working on today. Looking pretty good. Alright, not a bad warm-up. Hustling hamster. Hustle's not bad, it's just, you know, I would say just saying just saying you're hustling without showing actually what you're doing is kind of meh, hollow. Actions. Okay, good morning, everybody. Let's do so the other day, we showed this comic from Instagram, and basically anybody that commented on VeeFriends on the Instagram on this comic and used the word pirate as the secret word, we're put in for this drawing today. You're going to win a t-shirt and this UV sticker from, there's a secret message if you have a UV light. I don't have a UV light handy. I lost mine. This is what you're going to get. Let's draw that right now. And then we'll, if you're like, wait, I want to win something, well, stand by. We're going to spin this here and see who wins. Okay. Who's it gonna be today? It's Rocky. Awesome. Congrats, Rocky. Rocky's on here a lot. He's a winner. Remove Rocky. We will get your... I think Corsa might even have some signed ones up there. Let's see. Rocky, UV print, and a shirt code. Right. Let's talk about the other giveaways in a minute. What we're going to do. But first, we got to get into this comic. I'm not going to show you the writing for this. Just, you see the setup here. It's kind of a campfire cowboy ghost story sort of situation happening here. And I'm going to zoom way out so you can't see. Okay. There we go. Get in there, do this. Let's do a new mini. That's what we usually do. Good morning, everybody. Great. Rocky, his son is dying for a PP shirt. Is that the perfect Persian cat? Or persistent penguin? Wait, I got the... Nice, okay. All right, let's go. I'm gonna do... Nope. Blue versus green. Blue versus green. You're gonna say blue versus green in the chat. Dialed Dog says you must choose. Blue versus green in the chats. Instagram. Scurvy, I never received my gift from one of your earlier drawings. Scurvy, I will reach out to you. Find out what's going on with that. We're getting these giveaway situations in a better mode. I will do that. Oh, how I tried to have this job. Didn't know you guys stream this stuff too. I stream all the time. Tour sprints. Did you try for the VeeFriends job, you mean? Well, I won. No. Blue versus green in the chat. Let's go. I'm looking for... Oh. Instagram. Great. Bird wings beat. Double dipping again. All right. We got blue, blue, green, 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 blue, green. Green it is. That's just how it goes. I should like make a... I don't know. It's really hard to look at all the chats, so I look at... I'll show you. I can just show you what I'm doing here. This is behind the scenes. We got the Instagram chat over here. Hello. Right beside it is the TikTok chat. And then I've got my little preview screen. And then way over here, I've got everything else. Facebook and all that stuff. And then this is the drawing screen over here. Got a new phone, so my cord won't blink out now. Which is super nice. All right, anyways, let's open this one up. We're trying to beat the Gary V off the pencil here. Why it's not focusing? Okay, that's good enough. Feels like the other iPhone maybe focused a little bit better. Anyways, let's see who's in this. It is a diamond. Ambitious Angel definitely beats. It's the rarest, one of the rarest minis. Diamond versions. Let's put that diamond Angel on there. Her eyes are a little crooked there, but I'm judging the minis. That's what I do. Or maybe she's just looking like kind of like meh, with kind of sideways face. Sparkly, I'm gonna have some glitter on me probably. Great. All right. Should throw these plastics into the recycle bin. Over here. Look what I pulled off camera though. I pulled a detailed elephant. Yeah, but the elephant. Man, come on. Why won't it focus? I'm gonna just tap it. See what happens. Nope. Nope. Yeah, that's about as close as I can get with that. Can I zoom in on it? Oh, we good. Oh. Look at the level of detail on that. Very neat. Cool. Nice. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, now we'll get set. Matt called it. Eric, love you back. It's Blue Diamond today. Wow, he did call it. Great. I thought about that will be worth $20 in 7 months. It probably will. One of the things I thought about doing was taking some of these detailed ones that I pull on the streams, putting them into capsules, and then having them as random giveaways on the stream. So you know you're always going to get a cool, Harpic, or we've got the detailed fairy here. You're always going to get a detailed one on the streams. I think that's fun. Here's a burglar. Nice. I like the minis. All right, anyways. Enough procrastinating there. It's 8:36 a.m. on Eastern time. Let's just reset the stream real quick for some people that are joining. We got 251 people watching across all of our channels this morning. This is Making Comics Live. This is VeeFriends. Over 280 characters designed to make positivity louder. Gratitude, kindness, patience. Created by Gary Vaynerchuk. You might know him on the internet as Gary V. If you don't, you should look him up. We've got a VeeFriends cartoon. It comes out every Saturday. From the same folks, the animators that make the Coco Melon show. Watch that on VeeFriends cartoons on YouTube Kids. We've got the trading card game. We also have the new Topps Chrome was released, or at least announced. at New York Comic Con, and we've got those minis. And I'm DJ Kaufman. I'm in charge of the comics storytelling unit team. We're expanding the team a little bit and working on a lot of comics behind the scenes that we're going to be able to talk about very, 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 very soon. I saw the proof of that comic yesterday. Wow, it's so good. Or Monday. Yeah, and I'm DJ Kaufman on the social medias. There we go. That's the reset. Let's ink this freaking comic and talk about that. So yeah, you have an undo inside of Procreate that you can do, but if I were to leave this file and come back and try to undo, the undo history is gone. And I kind of wiped out this whole probably an hour or two's worth of comic. So, it's a lesson to myself to maybe slow down a little bit. I'm moving very fast lately. Just slow down a little bit. Pay attention. But I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, and that's what it was. Painful little mistake. Sometimes you got to redo work. But I also kind of look at it as like, okay, cool. I'm gonna ink it up even better this time. Because while I might have been hurrying a little bit before, I'm gonna make sure that I spend the time to do it right and talk with you guys for a little bit. And that's how it goes. Oh, would randomly say things on this. Okay. Hey, I gotta say, for artists out there that are watching, I mean, check out my friend Chubblegum. He built his own little sticker business, and he runs it out of a little town in Pennsylvania here, not too far away from me. And he's quite an empire, and he's just one cartoonist. I mean, I'm sure he has got some employees now that help him fulfill things and, keep him managed. But Chubblegum sometimes pops in the TikTok. He was really big on TikTok. That's how I met him. And so my point is, you can start your own thing. Like, you can draw some stickers and use all the knowledge of Gary if you don't know Gary, but like use the knowledge from his books to promote your own comics and brand and stuff, like sticker business. So good. There's so much. You think there's a lot out there, but there's so much available for everybody because there's something for everybody. Your style's unique, Just gonna put his little. I'm just gonna add that little handkerchief. He's got a little marshmallow here. Right. Anyone know the date on the Slap Give Goat is being released? We're working on it. We're working on it non-stop. Like, there's been some delays, but nothing that's major. But it should come as soon as possible, like probably in November, hopefully, to you guys. It should have been sooner. If it were up to me, if I could have moved mountains. But we did a lot of special. I just want to say, like, for anyone listening, because I've had some questions about that. We've shown this a bit, but like we did some special things on the cover, so you can even see like that. See that like foil outline around the, So there's a lot of proofing that happens, because Gary just wanted this one to be really, really special. So we did double foil. We did a green foil and a gold foil, and it just looks sick, man. Like, so good. It's so good. Can't wait for people to read the story that's inside. And it looks a little chubby there. Let's fix that up. Yeah, we got a lot of stories. I'm writing Quite a few right now. We've got Chris Faison joined. We'll talk more about him in a little bit in the future streams. As the comics are coming out, you'll see more of his work. He's wonderful. I've known him for over 20 years now. And when I was asked to find more people like me, it's rare because I would consider myself like a Swiss Army knife of comics. Like I can draw in multiple styles. My strong suit is cartooning and storytelling for sure. But it's really hard to find somebody that's kind of business-minded too and knows the back end of things and building teams, and so kind of a unicorn. So I've been asked that in multiple jobs. Like, how can we find more of you? And I'm like, you can't. I was like, I joked with the German, my German bosses once. They were like, DJ, we just need to find like 2 more of you. And I'm like, whoa, no, seriously, how do we do that? And I'm like, all right, first, you're going to need to find a kid that was born in a house without running water. And then he's going to have to be totally upset. You're going to have to let him play in the woods, you know, in the 1980s. So you're going to need a time machine. They did a lot of dangerous things in the woods. They climbed and fell out of trees. You need somebody that has done these things. It's very important. They also have had to have hopped trains in the past as well. That's the first thing. And they all looked at me like I was crazy. I really did say that. I was like, no, I'm serious. Like, if you want to find someone that's exactly like me, they had to have had a very unique childhood. Because my imagination was definitely cooking when I was a kid. Morning, Roach with Conviction. What's up? Scanning back through some of the comments here over on Instagram. I wish the Instagram comments were better. Good morning, Santa, over on Instagram. Adam Fitz, 1 of 1. What is going on? A little humility goes a long way. I know it. For sure. Yep. I hope what I'm saying doesn't sound egotistical or anything like that. I'm just, facts. Facts are facts. But along the way, I've only found a few artists that are capable of being fast, friendly, professional, no drama. If you hire them or task them for something, it's like they're like special ops. They're just like, all right, let's do it. For example, we had a very tight deadline for those VeeFriends stickers. Almost impossible. Almost. And I was like, well, I'm going to ask Faison because he knows what's up. And he was like, all right, let's do it. And I think he beat the deadline too, which is just, I love that. I love that. That's what really got him coming on full time. He told me the other day on the comics meeting that we're having now weekly, he's like, I'm more of like a behind the scenes person. I don't know if I should be on, camera. I was like, I don't know. We'll wean him into it. Being on camera isn't for everybody. It wasn't for me either for a long time. I didn't like the sound of my own voice. I didn't like the way that I looked. I didn't like a lot of those things, but you get over that. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. Kaufman. You need to know how to summon your talents at will. Helmet said. That is correct. That's a good way of putting it. The creative discipline is something a lot of creators are lacking. I just can't explain it. It's not to front on them or anything like that, but like there's days where you don't feel like doing it and they just peace out. Those are the days that you got to be able to get in it and do your best work. You got to be able to say, like, you know what? I'm really not feeling this today, but this is my job. And, you know, if you were in a crisis or something like that, definitely there's nobody making you, especially at VeeFriends. People are so nice and chill. But I'm telling you, for the craft of whatever you're doing, you got to be able to summon it at will, for sure. I know the same about some game developer friends and people that are in the gaming industry. I've said very similar. And musicians. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my musician friends have told me, you know, some nights we just don't feel like getting out there. It's tough to sing the same thing, or, you know, even though they're successful, they get stage fright a little bit of anxiety and nervousness. It's just natural, you know. Yeah. Tour Sprint says, I drew for 8 hours a day at the beginning for discipline. Yeah, it's tough. It's not easy. I mean, the time can fly by when you're drawing, you know, or doing anything that you love. The time can fly by, but you got to be careful with what else flies by. You know, your friends, your opportunities, while you're dialed in and not paying attention to the rest of the world. You can ruin your relationships. It's a balance, man. You gotta, and like I said, you got to get out there and live life. Just learning about it on the internet isn't enough. You got to travel a little bit. You got to find time to go out. Hopefully you have a good childhood. If you didn't, you know, that's why, like, I think that was an edge for me and Gary. You know, in the 80s, there weren't much to do except for go out and play and ride bikes. And, you know, I did mischief. A lot of mischief. And then I got to drawing, you know. But those experiences, my own life experience, definitely, even the bad stuff, you know, the stuff that hurts, breakups, friendship, girlfriend cheating on you in high school, whatever, all those things just kind of build to your character and experience, and realize, like, none of that matters now, you know. It really puts things into perspective in your life. Things that are important to you in your 20s won't be important to you in your 30s, your 40s. And then some things might actually be that weren't important to you then will be important to you in the future. It's just how it goes. That's the way of the world. Do we really think this is a job for DJ or a hobby? Shh. Definitely a full-time job, but there's a lot of things I do, you know, I'm working on behind the scenes I can't talk about, but I'm glad, I'm so thankful that people trust my creativity, or even what my opinion on things. I'm just so, like, I feel so much gratitude for that. I'm like, wow, that's cool. That makes me feel, like, good. Like, oh, cool. Somebody wants my... Because it wasn't always that way. I was in jobs before where it was just like, hey, you stay in your lane over here. We don't want to know what you think, mister. So at VeeFriends, it ain't like that. It's nice to be valued, I guess you could say. It's a nice feeling. And I value that. And, you know, I'm probably loyal to a fault. I will fight you for things that I'm loyal to. So metaphorically, we're not gonna. Poor Sprints has a wife and kids, and we run the art business. That's great. That's great. I'm always pretty comfortable talking about my past and my present. My present is my wife helps me run my drawing club. If without her, I couldn't do it because I'm not very organized outside of. But she runs the merch and prize forums and stuff like that, and like really keeps me, from making poor decisions as a creative. I'm kind of more of a visionary in that regard. But in my previous life, when I was drawing comics full time, it wasn't. People blamed it on the comics in my personal life, but definitely my ex. People didn't believe that comics were a full-time job, and then it was for me, and people were just waiting for it to fail. And so when I had some failures, it kind of really did some things that, how when people say things to you, it stings and it stays with you for a while. I had a lot of deadlines in my old job, and my back was to the family, is what I was told. Your back is always to the family. Like, I skipped some beach vacations with the in-laws because honestly I didn't really want to hang out with the in-laws, to be 1,000% honest. And I had deadlines, so it's like, do you guys like this life that we're living? Then I need to keep working. That's kind of I can't just take a willy-nilly vacation here because I don't think my publisher's gonna understand that. This is back then. So if you're jumping in, this is not VeeFriends. And so, but it wasn't the comics. It was never about the comics. It was always just, we got married so early and didn't really had kids early. So we didn't really get to experience a lot of the things that a lot of our younger adult friends were out doing. The early partying and stuff. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't. But now, I don't regret any of that because I can hang out with my 26-year-old son, and we've got a good relationship. And today's my dad's 80th birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. I probably won't be able to talk to you because my family is pretty dysfunctional in the nicest way possible. It's a classic dysfunctional American family. It's unfortunate. But, yeah. You gotta learn these things when you're young and on fire about art or a career, and you're like, ooh, this is exciting. You put everything into it. You really do put everything into it. And a lot of things get thrown under the bus. So these days I'm like, well, listen, I definitely don't want to ruin my relationship with my wife. And we've been together for more than 10 years now. And we have a good relationship. If anything, she encouraged me to get back to drawing because I'd kind of given up on comics a little bit. I was just doing art for work, for t-shirt printing for YouTubers. I did that. And she was like, why aren't you drawing comics, man? That's like your thing. So find somebody like that can support you, and it's all good. 8:56 in the morning. Comment or email to enter the next giveaway. There we go. So that's a good reminder. Thanks. Yeah, so since there's not a comic, you know what to do, right? What you're going to do is you are going to email right now during this stream comics@VeeFriends.com, and on Friday's stream I will pick the winner, and I think we'll do the same thing. We'll give away one of those UV comics. We'll call it the Givey. Givey Comics. Just email me at comics@VeeFriends.com. That's all you have to do. And I'm going to take your first name. I anonymize it, so if you have your last name on there, I don't put it out unless it's your social handle. That's all you got to do. Comics@VeeFriends. On Friday's stream, we will draw for another one of these Mad Boys. You know, I've got a couple that are blank on the back. They're not usually blank on the back. I can draw on those. I'm not saying I'm gonna. I'm kind of busy right now, but UV sticker and a t-shirt. All you got to do is email comics@VeeFriends. I don't know if that was a question to me. You guys are talking back and forth. All right. Yeah, happy birthday, Dad. Strange situation. You shouldn't talk about it too much. Families are complicated sometimes. So that's the truth. I pitched my comic recently. Where did you pitch your comic to, Dennis? Yeah, definitely. That's so funny. Thinking about the childhood stuff is just amazing. That's what happens on these streams. Is like I'll just think of something and I'll start riffing, and then I'll have a memory flashback, and I gotta pause myself and go like, should I talk about that or not? And I'm like, all right, I'll just say it. Whatever. You know, the truth is the truth, and that's just how it is. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes I gotta pause because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Everybody's so sensitive. The last thing I need is some random cousin that I haven't talked to in 30 years going like, you don't care about this family? You know, I'm like, oh, jeez. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. It's definitely something. I mean, it's the majority. I used to think that I was somehow not damaged, but like I thought our family was like, oh man, I'm embarrassed by this because everybody else's family is perfect. And when I was a kid, I used to think that. I used to think like, oh man, all my friends' families have it totally together. And then the older you get, you realize like, oh, everybody's just kind of hiding their, hiding their skeletons in their closet or whatever. Oh, there we go. Oh no. I don't want to show you the text. Can't do that. I want to just ink this up. Let's pull it in here. Gary likes to say we have a little lesson for VeeFriends. We've got these like 20 lessons that we've been fine-tuning. And one of them is perfection hides insecurity. And I'm like, wow. So I think about that. I dwell on the perfection hides insecurity. And I think about all of the families that I knew when I was a kid that I thought, wow, they really have it together. And wow, our family's junk. And then it turns out their families totally fell apart. The wheels came off. All the skeletons fell out of the closet. Everything explodes. Everyone's shocked. That's kind of how a lot of things went growing up. I'd be like, holy cow! You never know what's going on in people's lives, man. You never know. People that you thought would never turn a certain way go a different way. And that's just how it is. You just got to control yourself in your own situations. And man, I'm really like deep and philosophical this morning, I feel. Sorry about that. If you're like, cut out your nonsense and let's talk about some comics. I did mischief. That's my quote, Adam. I did mischief. I admit it. What kind of mischief? Let's just say that I've paid for all of my mischief. I think I've paid for it tenfold. I give out full-size candy bars on Halloween as a penance for all the mischief I did. It's the payment that I have to pay for life. Specifically, one of the things we did, totally terrible. Kids, if you're listening, do not. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I don't want you to repeat. It's bad behavior that I did. Should I say it? You guys are all encouraged, like, freaking encouraged. You guys are bad influences. Throwing paper towels or throwing toilet paper, no. That's too easy. Have a good one, Eric. Are you leaving? All right. Drive safe. Say it. So we had this pear tree in our neighborhood. These little pears. They were really rock hard. And we used to go down and gather the pears and then throw them at people's houses. And when I say throw them at houses, I mean, like, I ran right up to somebody's door and threw one. I had a baseball arm right through this glass door. That's the last time I did it, because I was like, uh-oh. Just went right through. And we ran. Oh my gosh. So now anytime a kid ever damages anything on my property, or if that ever happens, it's happened in the past, I just go, yep, I deserve it. I did that. That's not bad. It was pretty bad. I might be sugarcoating that story. The 80s, it sounds like a regular day. Oh my gosh. I can't even. This is not the stream to talk about some of the stuff. That's for sure. If you're a kid from the 80s, you know, you got into all kinds of stuff. Just bad. Bad stuff, man. We don't want to encourage that behavior. Now that I'm a responsible adult, you know, be good, stay in school, don't ditch school, don't throw pears through windows, don't do that. My goodness, what a day already. When will you post this one? It should post today. I messed this up. This was all inked. So when I woke up super early to format it, I noticed that I deleted the ink layer, and I was like, no. So I got to do a little rework, but it's okay. It's all right. We'll get there. And then I know what Friday's strip is, so I'll try to get that done today. I got some other things to do that I can't talk about. And then working with the comics team. It's really fun to say that out loud on some new stuff. I'll keep everybody updated on the, the progress of the comic, when the gift goat thing is coming out. Right now, the proof has been approved from the printer. We saw it yesterday or the day before yesterday, and that's been approved. That's going to go to the printer, or it's at the printer, and it looks very nice, very colorful. It's very special. Gary just wanted that to be a very, it's number one. It's the issue number one. And then I'm excited to talk about what we're gonna do. I can't. Really excited to talk about the comics. We're doing something a little bit different, because that's how we roll. Gary had an idea, and I think it's It's not something I've ever seen really done, and it's cool. That's all I can say. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, who knew? Gary's full of a lot of ideas. I don't know if you knew that. He seems to be right about a lot of stuff. So even if I'm like, I don't know, that sounds crazy, I'm like, I'm gonna go with whatever he says because he's got a track record. You know, I'm not betting against that horse. Dennis, it was your dad's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to your dad. It's my father-in-law's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to the baddest man on the planet. I think he's 79, or maybe he's 70. I don't remember. 70, I think. You know, I call him the baddest man on the planet because of the first time I ever met, I like to tell this story, so I'm going to tell it. Pat. The first time I ever met my father-in-law now, I was dating my wife at the time, and she's like, hey, listen, my dad's in the hospital. He's had a heart attack. And I'm like, oh my God. She's like, will you come with, you don't have to come with me to go see him, but he's in the ICU. And I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. I'll definitely go. And it was weird because it was like the first time I'm meeting her dad. He's in an ICU bed. But he's just normal. He's like a Yinzer, you know, a Pittsburgh dad kind of guy. And he's sitting up, teasing the nurses are like, Pat, you can't do this. And he's like, all right, yeah, whatever. And then the cousins were there. Her cousins were there. And like, as soon as the nurse left, he's like, somebody sneak me in a steak sandwich. It's like, dude, you just had a heart attack, bro. And like, so that was my first experience with meeting Pat. It was like, wow, this guy's tough as nails. And then we were at a wedding for another family member, I forget who, and cousin, I think, yeah. And he was a little tipsy, and he came up to me and he was like, you better treat my daughter right. And I'm like, oh yeah, of course. And he's like, I will kick your A. And I was like, whoa, all right, no worries. He goes, I'm the baddest man on the planet. That's how he introduced himself to me. So I was like, I don't doubt it. He was a contractor his whole life, or a lot of his life. And I gotta be honest with you, I was eyeing him up and going, all right, contractor, if I gotta fight this guy, I'm gonna go for his knees, because I know his knees are messed up. Like, if he attacks me, I'm just gonna go for his knees. Pro tip. Oh my gosh. I would never. But yeah, nice guy. These southwestern Pennsylvania dudes. My dad was like that a little bit. Not like that. Not as boisterous. My dad was more of a silent kind of character. But some of these guys are tough as nails around here. I think they eat nails for breakfast. So I've heard. This is the Steelers country. For better or worse. Morning. Oh, cool. Matt's wife's watching on the, she's in the drawing club now. I drew her an urchin. Good morning over there. Let's see. The chat is weird. Like, I want to show you guys. When I say the chat is weird on Instagram, like, it's like, it'll show comments and event log, and sometimes it won't catch up. And like, every time someone joins the chat, it pushes comments down. So like, join. So I gotta scroll back up and see like, what's up. and look for questions and things like that. So you can see people pop in and out when we post this one. Okay, so we're caught up pretty much. And then I go down here. I just kind of scan it as I look up. And then over on TikTok, it's a little easier. And TikTok's a little faster to come down. There's not much of a delay there. What size canvas am I using? This is set up so that every panel, if we're going to talk some craft here, every panel is 1350 pixels by 1080, so it's the perfect portrait size. But this whole canvas size here is, let's just look at it, canvas information. I've got my dimensions here. This is I'm just going to zoom in on, I can actually take this off now and it won't mess up. Look at that. This is, there we go. That light's messing it up. 240, there we go. That's my dimensions of this panel. That's what it would be in inches physical. So it's basically on an 8x10 paper, but it's very high resolution. And that's kind of what we're looking at there. Hopefully that's helpful. Boy, I'm glad I finally upgraded my phone. I'm so super glad. Statistics, I'm on 2 hours on this one. Wait. Okay. I'm going to just redo this a little bit. Great. Also, yeah, my light was a little low. 9:14. Oh, you know what? We're behind on the spin wheel, or the not spin wheel, the When I say nope, I'm pulling clear ones. Not a green one. Let's just spin this. I'm just going to spin this. Closing my eyes. All right. Green versus blue in the chat. Green versus blue in the chat. Green versus blue in the chat. We're trying to knock off the diamond fairy, which is not going to be possible. Let's just set one rule. Thanks for stopping and saying hi. Appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good morning. All right, here we go. Green, green, blue, blue. Oh, gotta scan down on my Instagram posts. Blue, blue, green, blue. All right. Blue it is. That makes up for that blue. Let's see who's in here. I'm going to say if it's a detailed, it's going to immediately win. That's what I'm going to say, because it's really hard to beat the Diamond Fairy. I think that's a fair rule for this stream. Did we get the release date on the new season of minis yet? I wouldn't know. Corso might know. Look at this. It's a diamond dope dodo. Holy smokes. It's 2 diamonds today. What is happening? This is going to be a lucky day for everybody. That's a diamond dope dodo. Sweet. Those are the rarest ones. Yeah, Corso would know. I don't know. They gotta be coming soon. Must be color blue. I see blue and blue artists. And there are colors. Yeah. Looking pretty good. Dope dodo. Great. Any other questions? Oh, great. She put the unwavering urchin on her desk. Love seeing it every day. You probably know the story by now. That's one of the Diamond Wars. Of course, so people want their minis. Hold on, gotta let this cat in. Come on, let's go. All right, there you go. You probably know the story already, but that's one of the reasons that VeeFriends was made. Was, some of these characters, actually, talking to Gary, like, some of these characters have kind of lived in his head for a while. You just didn't know what to do with them. Like, you'd think about them from time to time, like, I think Fearless Fairy for sure. Bad Intentions, things like that. Like, he had them in his brain. I understand exactly what he means, because I've got some characters cooking in my brain sometimes for years, and the ideas kind of just sit in there. You don't say them out loud. And then he was going to launch something called Workplace Warriors for the same reason. People sit these little toys around on their desk, like usually it's Spider-Man or, action figures or bobbleheads, Funko Pops. And he thought, well, that's an interesting, because that's what that's like a very entrepreneur mind, is like to look at the world around you and kind of see a need or see an opportunity. And he saw that people definitely like to decorate their office spaces with these characters that mean a lot to them. But I don't know if this is just me adding this, but the characters are very like, escapism. He's like, what if, and there's all these people that hated their job and would email him all the time. So he's like, what if the characters on the desks were like Patient Panda and, Empathy Elephant and, I can't find my Patient Panda and it's bothering me. Someone stole it. That's the answer to everything. When I'm missing something, I'm like, someone took it. So somebody took it. But yeah, like, what if those things were on your desk to kind of remind you of, like, what I said this morning? Like, I chose these today because I was thinking about how can I not get involved in the fray of drama that's out there. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking like in the individual comic scene, that the comic book world, there's a lot of, there's little pockets of drama. And they try to pull you in. They want to know your opinion on things. And I'm like, I'm allowed to not have an opinion on things. That's a very stoic mindset. You don't have to have an opinion on everything. You don't. So, anyways, that's kind of the spirit behind VeeFriends, is these little mementos, these reminders, these spirits of the traits, the spirit of empathy. How do we get to thinking about that stuff again? And that's kind of what we try to instill then in the stories that we're doing, which you haven't seen yet. And I can't wait for you to see them. I'm very impatient. I'm not a patient panda when it comes to that. But I will be. You have no other choice sometimes. You just gotta roll with it. Gary tells the story of the origin of VeeFriends way better than I do, but I think that it's a perfect story for, there's elements to it. Like I said, entrepreneurs look at life, or, business people, or even like just highly creative, they look at a problem and they find a solution, or they give another alternative or a different way. Like, people already had toys on their desk. Why not give them some characters that have a little more depth to them? And that's not me like crapping on Spider-Man. I love that stuff too. I've got Iron Man over there. I won't show you my shelf because it's really messy. I got a Spider-Man. I've got a Miles Morales Spider-Man over there. The Thing from, I've got these things around my office. Some of my favorite, things. But it's all escapism. I don't look at the Thing and go like, you know what? Today I'm going to be a rock creature from that came from, I don't know. Or today I'm not going to feel ugly. I'm sure I could find some lesson in the old Marvel comics for sure. Because they did do that, kind of. All the old Marvel comics from the 60s were all about the climate at the time, the political climate at the time. Civil rights movement, that's mutants, hippies, all that stuff was going on. Hippies were a bit different, and that's why you had the mutants. Some people don't know that, but Stan Lee and Jack Kirby were always kind of... And let's not forget Captain America. The original Captain America punching Nazis. So, there was always something about that. We're not getting political. We want to get socially and emotionally resonate to make us all feel better instead of feeling worse. That's what's up. I mean, that's kind of, there's so much stuff out there that's making you feel bad. What if you had some friends that made you feel good? And that's what's up with the VeeFriends. It's 9:24 in the morning. Thanks so much for joining the stream. I don't know what happened to my other stream. That is very... Good host, call me. I can't. Sorry about that. I don't know what you're talking about. I somehow got pulled into some... I don't know what's going on with TikTok. TikTok is kind of... TikTok pulls me into other people's streams now while I'm trying to watch the stream comments. I don't like that. TikTok needs some work. Right? It is an epic shot of the cowboy. And we're also doing I wish I would have had the inks from last night. But we're doing the hat is his shadow, right? So you can see that. He's getting serious. Telling a ghost story. Cowboy campfire ghost stories. The scariest ghost story of all. I'm just going to go ahead and black that out, I think. Why not? That looks cool. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peach. Everyone knows Peach. In and out. In and out. This cat is in and out constantly. She doesn't sit on the back of my chair anymore because she knows that she was made into a spectacle. She doesn't want to be anybody's spectacle. That's how cats are. I don't know. If you know, you know. That's how cats are. What do you say we just keep streaming? Let's just stream for hours. Stream and chill. It locks me to the board. Maybe I'll start doing that soon. It's fun. I had a lot of messages this past week about people enjoying the streams. I appreciate your comments. By the way, again, if you email today, comics@veefriends.com, you'll be in the running on Friday for a UV sticker, a secret message on here, the black light, and a t-shirt. So, and if you are someone that didn't get your stuff, let me know and I'll look into it. Off to work. Everyone have a good day at work. See you soon. It's great. I'll be back here let's go ahead and wrap this up. We'll be back tomorrow. Corso and I, Comics Jam on Halloween. Let's let's do something tomorrow morning at 10 on Whatnot. And then I'll be back here on Friday. It's November 1st. Can't believe it. Do I have Whatnot opened up? I thought I did. We'll spin that wheel on Friday. Hey, look, today Jeremy has a show on Whatnot. Jeremy knows. You should show up, find out what he knows. He knows everything. Maybe not everything, but he knows a lot. He would say he doesn't know everything. He would say that because he's humble, but he does know everything. So tune in for everything. Comics Jam will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Get in here, click this guy. Go to VeeFriends.com/whatnot or go to VeeFriends on Whatnot. Follow us on Whatnot. We now have quite a few people following on Whatnot. Appreciate that. We have 168 people bookmarked for that show. We're going to do some giveaways. And then, of course, Gary's back on Whatnot with Tea with Gary V. You can ask your questions to him. I'm sure there's a way to do that somewhere on here. Or follow Gary's social media for asking questions. And he's going to probably do some giveaways and stuff. We're constantly giving things away. What else is coming up? November 7th, there's a card show. Anyways, the whole schedule is over on the Whatnot. Exciting new, channel for us. We have some exclusive items to give away and some things for sale. But get over there. Support the Comics Jam on Whatnot. We kind of work on a comic together. All right, guys, it's 9:30 in the morning. I'm going to split. I hope you guys have a good day. Remember, VeeFriends are forever. Hold forever. And we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you soon. Michelle, good morning. I'm out. Did you answer me? Sorry, I got a phone call. Do you illustrate kids' books? Do I illustrate kids' books? I have illustrated kids' books. I did not illustrate the kids' book for... I did not illustrate this. I did not illustrate this book. This was illustrated by Steve Lamb, a really wonderful illustrator. This is Gary's and VeeFriends' first children's book, Meet Me in the Middle, and it flips. It's got some wonderful illustrations inside. Available at your fine bookstores. Really great book for kids and for adults. Again, your kids are going to want you to read it over and over again. Get that. We'll see you guys back here on Friday. I'm just going to scan real quick for questions because I might have missed a couple. Which app is this? This is I use Procreate. And one more was, how long have I been drawing? I've been drawing my entire life. that's a cop-out. But no, I've been drawing professionally since 1998. So you can do the math. I don't know what it was. So, yeah. Awesome. We'll see you back here soon.